So we partnered with a very talented mixer named Adrian Howard, and I really, really like doubled down on here are all the lyrics. Here is what Kirby and I are trying to get across with this song, and we've always been very, very intentional about what does this song need, and there's no real ego when it comes to us writing songs, which means that I'm always like we best idea wins, whatever it
Yeah.
is, as long as it serves the song. It's not
Hmm.
about who gets the most stage time or like if there's a whole chorus and I don't make a single word, like I don't sing anything, I just back up. That's fine as long as it's right. And we really really tried to like drive that home when talking to Adrian about this, and she started basically like piecing it together just like she was part of the band, which is something that I would argue you really want in a mixer. And we'd worked with her before for Smoke and Mirrors, and she knocked it out of the park. It was her and Gary George and a couple of
Hmm.
other people that they worked with. And this time she mixed this one. We sent her all the files. This has been during the, you know, social distancing, and so we sent it all to her. She's based out of, I believe, North Carolina right now. And she sent it to us and we kind of played around with it. She's added a couple of like textural elements throughout this. But one of the things that I think is super, super fun, that when you're listening to the song, you'll hear all these really cool things going on percussively. And that's all Kirby. But when we were kind of like talking to her about like, we want to add just a little something to kind of like drive home some of the parts in these verses. And so if you have anything, just kind of throw it in there. I'm sure you'll remember what this was called. What this was called, Kirby. I cannot remember this instrument to save my life, but there's this uh, like spiders on my bones that's in the verse, and she just
Oh
sent us
yeah.
like, yeah, it's like the last pass. She was like, here you go. I couldn't. She was like, I knew you were talking about putting something there, and I just thought, what instrument sounds like spiders crawling across you?
Yeah. Yeah. It's I think it was because I think I called one of them. It was a rain stick, and then a vibra slap. If I remember
Yes,
correctly.
that is
Yeah.
exactly the combination. Yeah, you nailed
Yeah.
it. I
Yeah.
like right
Percussion
there.
instruments. Yeah. Putting that
Mm-hmm.
degree to work.
Yeah. And I thought that turned out really, really cool. She was super, super collaborative in doing so. And speaking of all of the percussion, something that you'll probably hear when you listen to it, that's probably going to sound maybe not expected, but is something that like I look forward to every time when I hear this is uh, Kirby was dead set on bringing chimes into the studio,
Yeah.
and
The wind. Oh yeah, the wind chimes. Oh man,
yes,
yeah.
yes, I'm bringing wind chimes into the studio, and I was like,
Yeah.
"Nah, man, I don't think so." And he's like, "Nah, man, wind chimes." I was like, I just don't think so." And they're in there, and they sound really good.
Gosh, I remember when I bought those like well before this song even came to be. I think I bought them for another song in session to record with, and it didn't end up making it there. But for this one, I was like, this just seems perfect. Yeah. Oh man, yeah. I'm glad that those chimes have finally got their pass. So, yeah.
They did, dude, and they're so nice. And it's like this. I know they happen a couple of times in the song, but at the very end is where I always look forward to them because we spend so much time with this dark lyrical content, and then when it like coming out of the last chorus, that bridge last chorus, there's like this explosion of sound, and it's like very uplifting and everything. And for it to have been such a dark song on the front end, I feel like the wind chimes are just this perfect little like positive cherry on top right at the end. That's just like it's gonna be all right.
Yeah, it's like it's the smooth finish of like your favorite drink or like your favorite meal. It's just that the last thing you taste. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I think
Yeah.
that's a really really good way to word it. Um,
Yeah.
the only other story I can think of for this, and as you guys can probably tell, it's been a while since Kirby and I have sat down and really like digested everything about this song. But the last one that I can remember is when we were doing those open mics, and We did a couple of shows outside of open mics, but we were usually playing on these shallower stages. They're not like fully built out stages.
Oh, I know where this is going. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I can't remember when it first happened, but from that point on, like it happened at every performance, and I always made a speaking bit out of it. But um, yeah, Brandon, he would. There's this one part in the song where he would just like stomp, like I think it's once or twice, and it would just like make the entire venue, like even if you're standing by the doors, like it would just make the whole thing just. Um, and yeah, it caught me off guard the first time, and it was like the funniest thing. And so yeah, I'm glad you brought it back to that story. This is one of my favorite ones to tell. But yeah, he just likes to stomp and continue on going. So
Yeah, it became a weird thing that just kind of stuck.
yeah, and I know it's coming because every time it happens as we get there, I just start like shaking my head and I'm smiling like, "Oh, here it comes." People don't even know it's coming. Then boom, yeah.
Yeah, man, it has rocked a microphone or two. It has made I can oh my gosh, I actually remember it. I can remember it shaking the reverb tank in my amp uh, because we used to do guitar changes, and I can remember hearing like the poing poing thing from the reverb tank. It's been a fun
I
one,
would,
man.
I'd go on to venture that you probably bought special shoes with certain insoles and everything. Just you're like, yeah, I'm gonna make this. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be lying if I didn't say that my knees hurt a couple of times after
Oh
some of
yeah.
those. I was fully committed. Sometimes uh, sometimes not for the best.
Oh man, yeah. So tired. Yeah, it's been a song that's, I guess, 4 years old. Um, and I guess we didn't even start recording it until, man, wasn't it like a almost 2 years after the fact?
Yeah. I guess I didn't even realize that it was that long after, but yeah.
Because
No, I think that
we had
you're totally
definitely,
right.
yeah, because we definitely played it obviously as a full band, for several shows, and then as we
Yeah.
started transitioning to just the two of us, we played it at almost every performance we ever did together. Um, yeah, I think it was at least 2 years old before we actually took it to the studio. Um,
Mhm.
yeah, wow. Hmm.
Yeah. It's yeah, I guess it really has, huh? You know, I've heard a lot when listening to different interviews from bands that when you go into the studio, you want to make sure that your song has been road tested. And I think
Yeah,
that
yeah.
now we're in a little bit of a different place. You hope for that, but a lot of writing in the studio happens all the time, and things may
Hmm.
change once you road test it. But a lot of writing in the studio happens all the time. But I think that this one is one that, yeah, by the time we got into the studio, there were really no questions. Like we didn't have to talk about it. We literally just went in and we were like, we know exactly how long this song is, what the BPMs are, and
Hmm.
just hit record, please, and we've got this.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, yeah, because I mean, we really played the hell out of it before we recorded anything, and have since then played it even more before we even came back to it to record
Hmm.
it for this single release.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Time goes by. I didn't realize that until just now. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, man, we are extremely excited to be releasing this song for you guys, and we are extremely excited to be sharing it with you. It is certainly a piece of our personal history, which is really cool to share. And this is why it's been really cool to kind of like link up and to make this video for you guys because, uh, you know, you guys are going to listen to this and you'll hear the lyrics and you'll hear the music and it'll connect with you in a way that's unique to you, like all music does. But something that I'm always really fascinated by is the story behind the song and weird little things that came from the song or surround it, even if it's just, a random story about a random thing that maybe has seemingly nothing to do with the song. It's nice to know what all influenced it happening. And especially because you are going to have your own unique experience with it. And I hope that you do. And I hope you guys listen to it and it's exactly what it needs to be for you. But this conversation is exactly what it is to us, which is a really cool Polaroid, I guess, or this little tiny snapshot of time where we were living together and dreaming about what the band was going to be next before the craziness that is the world today. It's funny how this lyrically meant something completely different 4 years ago when I wrote it, and how it is oddly very, very relevant right now. And that just goes to show how flexible the meaning of a song can be and how it can take on different meanings. It certainly means something different today for me than it did 4 years ago. And it'll mean something for you guys today that maybe is going to be different than it means in a couple of years. But I'm excited to hear how it resonates with you.
Yeah, yeah. I'd love to hear everyone's thoughts. Social media it out, man. Let us know what you feel about it. And I'll go on to say with just about all of our songs, one in our bio we talk about being, genuine and honest. And even with this song, especially this song, it's if you listen to what it's about, the lyrics, it is very, raw and genuine. And so that's something I've always appreciated about your songwriting, Brandon. So hopefully you guys will listen to it and it resonates with you. And it's just like, wow, I've had those days too. And yeah, it's just, yeah. So hopefully it resonates with you the same way it did and does for us too.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, I suppose we will talk to you guys later. If you like this style of conversation and dialogue about our songs, it's something that we are looking forward to continuing, moving forward with different single releases and everything. But if maybe we didn't answer something that you have a question about, whether it be this song or another one, we would love to hear those questions and love to talk to you guys about that, because as I said before, the stories behind songs and just that general dialogue is something that I really love when it comes to different artists. It makes it easier for me to connect with their music, and it makes it that much cooler when I feel like I can connect with them on some level. So anyway, yeah. Is there anything else that you want to say, Kirby, before we wrap this one up?
No, man. I think that's a good sign off. I will say ditto. Ditto there. We'll keep it short and sweet. Yeah.
I love it. All right, cool. Well, we will talk to you guys soon, and we hope that you really love Tired. Make sure to download it and listen to it, stream it. It's on literally all of the streaming networks. You can get it for free. Just look for it. Type in Vedra and look for Tired. Until the next time, guys, thank you so much. I think I'm losing my mind and it's about time to just let go. Right now my skin, it creeps and it crawls like spiders on my bones. I think I'm tired. I think I'm tired. My hands are shaking, I am faking a smile and it feels alright. And alright is all that I've got, cause all that I've got will have to suffice. I think I'm tired. I'm really tired. I'm tired, I'm really tired.